And so we greet you. We ask the ancestors to bless you and to continue to bring success to everything that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here and to be blessed. Of course, this is not the first time that you've blessed me.
Oh, it never worked the first time?
Well, that was the initial blessing many years ago. And we need follow-up blessings.
Oh yes, we continuously need that.
Continually move ahead in style.
Blessings, peace and joy. I want to also acknowledge a very special sister, Dr. Chenziro. You would have heard her in the community on the conference aspect, the conference day on Friday, presenting a very, very powerful message. And we want to greet her today to honor her presence, to say medasi pa for being here, because you're in the community doesn't mean you have to be here today. I guessed though that the ancestors would have invited you, and so I'm very happy to see you here. I would like everybody to ask the ancestors to especially bless Dr. Shanjira. She actually came from another Caribbean sister island, although they call it something else, and to be here with us. We ask that her fruit basket must never be empty, but more than all, we ask that the place that buy their fruits may always dwell in abundance. We give thanks. We're here today for a number of reasons. The Charlestown 16th annual Charlestown Conference and Festival is themed The Land. The Land. And it speaks to ancestral connections, indigenous rights, and stewardship. I would like to bring your focus to the land and what I call the spirit of the land. We are all walking upon this earth and we all look and we see it, but we rarely err. We err because the piece of land that our eyes see, the bit of water our eyes see, is not the earth. It is a mere fraction. And fraction is actually still too big a word, still too big a meaning for what we see. The earth is a vast entity. It is not the largest planet, but it is still vast. We cannot see all of it with our eyes while we stand in one place. Some people travel to 20 countries and they think they've seen the earth. No, the outer earth is still more. So then, how can we see it just as a physical entity if it has the capacity for such vastness? How can we not see that the earth, if we accept that there's a creator being, a God being, whatever we want to call that force, and that force brought into existence the space we call the earth, how does it not become sacred? And I tell you when it doesn't become sacred, because I know it is when we, as human beings, thinking so much of ourselves, decide that we're going to put the earth at risk and under threat by our negligence, ignorance, carelessness, and deep stupidity. How do we turn around and think we are more important than the earth upon which we walk? Suppose it move from under your foot. What would you do? And yet we throw things on her, we litter her, and we call the earth her because we recognize that it is one of the truly divine feminine aspects of the God being. And we honor the earth, again claiming sacredness because of that relationship with the God being. We give her praise. In the language of Akan people, We call Asasaya, that's the earth. And we greet her oftentimes as co-creator because it is arranged that she feeds you, she clothes you, she provides shelter for you. Look around when you go to your house and see how much of that comes from the earth. It's gifted to you. What do you give back to her? Litter? You cut down her children, the trees. In the same way we complain about how our ancestors had their children torn from their breasts and sold at the hands of the white man, why are we doing that to our earth? Why are we tearing her children, the trees from her breast? So that we can build a house? So that we can be idle? So that we can, without thought, do just about any kind of anything that comes to our mind? How do we do that? How do we not honor the earth for her healing qualities? Many of the medicines you take when you go to the doctor's office originated in the earth, this earth. And yet we do not give her honor, we do not give her praise. We talk about the earth and we recognize that a great part of this, earth is water. Only a small part, some people say 29 point something percent, is land. The land upon which we stand, the land that is the theme. How do we honor the land? Because us land dwellers have gone to a space where we think we have those percentages reversed. We think that we are 70% of the earth, or 70.8, whatever it is, 71%. But that's what we think, because that's how we behave. We behave as if that is our thinking. And that the land is vast and unending. We don't realize that we're simply less than 30% of this earth. And so we should not give ourselves airs. We should be humble. We should be thankful that we have been gifted this place on which to make homes, on which to laugh, on which to love, on which to perform our lives. Look all that the earth does for us. Look all that the land does for us. And we turn around and we give disrespect. I am glad that today so many more people are coming to the understanding that what we should give should come from a process and an understanding of reciprocity. Many are coming to understand that the earth has a right to be no less than you. Each one of us has a right to be. The earth, the land, has a right to existence. It has a right to exist. And so when we go cutting down and destroying it, we are working at odds with the will of the divine. You will not get away with that, because that same God will seek you out and make sure you reap what you have sown. We need to be careful. Many more of us are coming into the understanding that walking upon the earth with your bare feet is cheaper than going to the doctor and more effective. I don't know which doctors I'm talking about. It's cheaper, it's more effective. It's guaranteed by the God being. You actually have greater than a warranty, you have a guarantee that you walk on the earth to claim your healing, that you can pull the energies from the heavens, pass that through your body, send it down to the earth, and have her deal with that, mold it and forming and cleaning and cleanse it and send it right back up through you and send that back up to the heavens. Do we need a greater healing process? But how many of us are doing that, are taking advantage of these kinds of benefits that the earth brings? Instead, we are destroying her, a great healer. But we have a habit of doing that with great people, don't we? And great things, don't we? And if we regard the earth as a thing, then certainly we're going to destroy it. Because the earth really is not a thing. The Akan people from whom Paul came have a proverb which I will say in English for you. And it says, God put a little bit of himself in everything he created. Did he create the earth? Therefore is his energy not in the earth? When did it become a thing? If God's energy is in it. When did you become a thing? You have God's energy, you cannot become a thing. So why do you think the land should become a thing to be destroyed, disrespected, to have fight upon and over? As much as this is only 30 plus 29%, because it's closer to 29 than 30, 29% of the space we call the earth. Look at the role it has played in our lives. Look how many battles, fights for freedom. Look at all that has happened upon it. And look to see how meaningful it is. A small percentage with a powerful impact. How do we not honor that the land connects us to our ancestors? How do you not honor that because you come from a certain land, you're energetically connected and your whole being is energetically linked and so fused by the energy of that land, the energy of that space. When we go abroad and say we're Jamaicans, or you ever travel abroad and you come back and once you come out of the plane you feel like talking about kissing the land? You talk about boy, because I just don't want to kiss the earth. It's not the earth you want, it's a piece of place. And in Jamaica, you're so glad to come back home to. It's that you want to kiss. What is it? It is land, it is your mother. It is your nourishment. It is your sustenance. The earth, the land, that part of the earth upon which we dwell. And I love to call us land dwellers because Fishy Boo and Fishy Too says we are land dwellers. Okay? And the Fishy Boo and Fishy Too says the land dwellers are trying to come and wipe out the sea dwellers. They're throwing plastics to them. They're doing this thing. It's not like us land dwellers, we don't know how to dwell with ourselves. What are we doing? We're destroying the land. Then we turn around and the vast, vast ocean that none of us can even imagine how vast it is because we only have 29% of the land that we've planned, which we can't even appreciate. So how we going to do 70? How we bring appreciation to 70 we cannot appreciate 29? And yet we're on a mission to destroy. We need to, in honoring our ancestors, change our ways and our thinking. We need to start walking with a thing I call humility, and the land can teach you on humility. But more than that, the land can teach you unconditional love. Drunk man walk on the land. Sober man walk on the land. Man in every sort of state and condition, diseased, healthy, not healthy, all kind of something headache, toothache. We all walk upon this land, and what does the land do? It resiliently tries to stay in place for us. Is that unconditional love? Who is capable of loving like that? The earth is, the land is. And yet we look down upon her. Because we walk upon her doesn't mean we look down upon her. We're simply walking upon her. We're being allowed to perform our lives upon her. One of the things we do is walk. But instead of feeling gratitude, we turn around and do some other things upon her, which she don't like too much. She don't like too much. But let us consider, when we think about the land, let's not just think of it as something that somebody can sell. You actually can buy land. I love you buy it and put it in your handbag and go on with it. It's not supermarket itself. And as a matter of fact, from our ancestors, God is the owner of all lands. And I don't think he sells it to us. I think he benevolently, in his abundance and generosity, gifts us the use of this land. And so we have a mandate as far as stewardship is concerned. We have a mandate to protect, to guard, to keep for posterity this land that we'll be gifted the use of. We need to think that we can take up $10,000 or $10 million and buy land. We need to think that land is a source of all. I cannot think of anything that we could want that the land could not or would not provide. From food to footwear, the land provides. How do we then not honor the land? And so while we have spoken the land in many different ways, I invite us to see the land as a living entity, no different to you. And it's as much as you mother your children, you carry the paraphernalia to do so, the land carries the paraphernalia to nourish us, to heal us, to keep us in well-being, to keep us in spiritual balance, to keep us healthy, mind, body, spirit. I like to refer to the Bible because many of us grew up with that. I did. And many, many Jamaicans, all of us for that matter, I think, that is what we know. It was our first introduction to religion, not spirituality, but religion. And we often forget the story in the Bible where there was a blind man and Jesus the Christ spat, rubbed it with some mud. Mud comes from where? The land. The land. And he rubbed it and he covered the man's eyes with it, and then the man could see. How do we turn around and destroy the earth? And on that note, I will pause because we do have some other wonderful, wonderful, wonderful conversations to have today. But I want to tell you, today is June 23rd, and it is Kwao Day. But also connected to that is that among Kwao's people, this is a day called Akwasia Day. And the closest thing I can think of to that in Jamaica is like Holy Sunday. Everybody sick, lame and lazy, gone out to church, man. Holy Sunday. And so Akwasia Day is a Sunday that's a special celebration. It's a day when we gather to celebrate ancestors, how we're doing now, to celebrate our deities, and to celebrate each other, and to celebrate life. We would like to do for you and invite you to join in, and you see how beautiful the sun and everybody is cooperating now, because we need to come and sing and dance. See, they're giving us, but if you don't take advantage of it, it's not going to last, we're not so calm. We would like to give you a sample and have you participate in a sample of what will come, which is, spiritual celebration from the Kwao people. Could look like, feel like, taste like. Ejae mama tenasio. Ejae mama tenasio. Abiroe mama tenasio. Tenasio pe 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 mama tenasio. Mama tenasio, mama tenasio. Tenasio pe mama tenasio. Tenasio pe mama tenasio. Tenasio, read the altar, read the altar, read the drummers. Tenasio pe jae mama tenasio. Read the altar, read the drummers. Jae mama tenasio. Aduae mama tenasio. Jae mama tenasio, tenasio pe jae mama tenasio, tenasio. Aduae mama tenasio, tenasio pe. Tenasio pe mama tenasio. Tenasio pe mama tenasio. Tenasio mama tenasio. The song says, especially to those who have been given special responsibilities in life, are you sitting well? Are you sitting well in your seat of authority? Are you sitting well in whatever you have been agreed to do, asked to do, agreed to do? Are you sitting well? Are you doing well? Atenasiope, are you sitting well? And many of you are sitting too well today. Come on down. Mama Tenasio, HIA, Mama Tenasio, Atenasio, Abirue, Mama Tenasio, Atenasio, HIA, Mama Tenasio, Abirue, Mama Tenasio, don't sing. Pasio Pe, Mama Tenasio, Tenasio Pe, Mama Tenasio. Tenasio pe, mama tenasio, 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 tenasio pe, owanio, 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 Allah kubalu Allah, hey, Allah kubalu Allah. Allah kubalu Allah, hey, moti 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 Allah kubalu Allah. Hey, hey, Allah kubalu Allah, hey, moti Allah kubalu Allah. Allah kubalu Allah, hey, moti Allah kubalu Allah. Hey, Allah kubalu Allah, hey, moti Allah kubalu Allah. 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 Awanyo, yo, awanyo, yo. Asiodono, dono, asiodono. Niya kuna dana kasa. Asiodono, dono, asiodono. Niya kuna dana kasa. Asiodono, dono, asiodono. Niya kuna dana. Asiodono, dono, asiodono. Niya kuna dana kasa. 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 Asiodono, dono, The next song is a song to a deity called a surgery. Nana surgery is a great healer, a great teacher, but also a great healer. And so we greet him and we say, you have all the medicine. One year, yo. One year, yo. If you have any ailments, I suggest you come and dance. So the energy of Nana surgery through this song could help you, could heal you. One year, yo. Hey, the one true. I search to be the one true. Hey, the one true. Yeah, I search to be the one true in Chicago. Hey, the one true. I search to be the one true. Hey, the one true. Yeah, search to be the one true in Chicago. Hey, the one true. I search to be the one true. Hey, the one true. Yeah, I search to be the one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one true. Hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one true. Hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. Hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one. In Chicago, hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one true. Hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one true. Hey, one true. I search to be one true. Hey, one true, yeah, I search to be one true. Hey, one true. I search to be one true. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. So this happens in Jamaica, the same way it happens in Kojo's hometown, in his vast country of Ghana. Their kind of people are also in the Côte d'Ivoire, in Togo. It is those others who divided us and continue to want to divide us, but we will resist being divided. If we are physically apart, we are not divided as long as we keep our practices, our perspectives, our values, and our ethics in keeping with those of our ancestors, because our ancestors are in Asanando and they cannot, will not, will never be divided. We thank you. At this point, we have some small presentations, and I say small because I'm craving your indulgence, to give honor to Ancestor Kwao. To give honor to Ancestor Kwao.
Mepachomachi, everyone. Ancestors, language that means good morning. I am a Komfora Kwame Frimpong, a member of the Sankofi Shrine Group, headed by a Komfora Kofi. This poem is to Ancestor Kwao, written by Okomfo Menaya Rabua. I want to say thank you to everyone here for welcoming us, for having us. And I want to give thanks to my ancestors upon whose shoulders I stand. Thursday born, Kwao I am. I am because we are decisive I am. I am because we are nurturing I am. I am because we are creative I am. I am because we are loving I am. I am because we are light. I am because we are patient I am. I am because we are courageous, I am. I am because we are obstinate. I am. I am because we are shrewd. I am. I am because we are water. I am because we are ambitious. I am. I am because we are amiable. I am. I am because we are circumspect. I am. I am because we are knowledge. I am. I am because we are divine. The ancient wisdom that flows through me deserted my wrath and opponents. I walk this terrain with gratitude, humility, and respect. I run through the mountains with determination and precision. I lay by the rivers to refresh my spirit. My wealth is fed by my optimism. My strength and endurance are fed by the benevolence of the earth. Kindness and truth fed to my family through the gracious parents of this land, my home. I am free because I am. We are free. Yes.
Thank you. And that was the praise poem for Ancestor Cloud. I am because.
Because we are decisive.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I am a comforter here as you are. Supporting Senior. And I'm here very proud of this morning to pay homage to Guam. Who is Guam? Jamaica has inherited an important aspect of its culture, the practice of honoring our ancestors. This practice was a natural part of the lifestyle, natural part of the lifestyle of the time ancestors who kept and protected the ways of ancestors even today. They protest today the display of their bones in Israel. African religiosity and spirituality are oftentimes described as ancestral cults because of the consummate role of their ancestors in the lives and relationships of African people. The Chinese, Indians, and indeed all those who came are to Jamaica. As ancestors, recognition, veneration is an integral aspect of their worldview. In today's Jamaica, ways of honoring vary, but they include the naming of people, places, and things after these ancestors, as well as celebrities' activities. National Heroes Day, Marcus Garvey's birthday, Bob Marley, Jack Ruby Festival, Mark Day Rebellion commemoration, and Emancipation celebrations are some of the ancestral celebrations marked each year. Transform communities continue to take its place among these cultural significant activities with the hosting of our annual ancestral Kwao Day celebration. Kwao was a male child born in the Akan community in Ghana, West Africa, sometime in the late 1600s. The Akan is a large ethnic group that make up nearly half of the population of Ghana. They are also to be found in Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and in present-day also in the African diaspora, in places of the Caribbean, North America, etc. Their kind are comprised of a number of groups of people that include the Ashanti, the Akamu, Akemi, Akwapen, their Cherokee, Fanti, Asili, Afro, and many others. Many of our African ancestors who came to India as enslaved people were from Ashanti and Fanti groups. They were known to be proud, very hard workers with rich traditions that have endured to present. Paul's name suggests he's from the Fanti group, It's a tribute to Thursday, the day on which he was born. As a child of the Fanti people, his name might have been spelled Kwao or Kwaw instead of Uao that we now use. As an Akan child, Paul would have grew up with a deep respect for the Malcolm Body, our names for the Supreme Being, Nyankopon Kwame, and Inyame, the Prophet. From keeping the instructions of the deities and the ancestors. Thickness, the second in command, admitted that they all ran in panic and ascended on the steepest hill as far as crippled, fatigued, and frightened men could. Behind them they heard the horrid shouts and drums rejoicing of the victorious enemy in the river Wheel. As they took possession of salt beef, bread, ham, etc. from the sky. Tontanan was seized with a violent fever before they had gone the first steep hill. Thickness thought it was caused by standing soaking hours in water with a broken leg and a sunburning dog on his head, and the mind deeply suffering from the shattered will which God had dealt with us.
Thank you. I get to give thanks to our ancestors. As you see, they were not cowards. And I love the part of the story that has translated itself into a present day song that the Maroons sing. And the song goes something like, not here but the land. God only God. So, oh, sorry, that one. Maroon God, Maroon God, oh Maroon God, Maroon God, oh Maroon God. Maroon making pot fire, Maroon God. Maroon making pot fire, Maroon God. So you just heard the story, yes? And then we hear the song. The song is still with the Charleston Road people. And we love it every time. We can't tire to hear the story there. And we cannot tire to feature that Cody because how A lot of times our conquerors, and I don't use that word because I never really conquer, you know. It was an illusion that the things are for a time. So in the spirit of them, the things are for a time. I will call them conquerors. But only the spirit that the things are for a time. They thought we were not capable of thinking. God would have made some creatures who looked like man, who looked very much like them, except for the color of her skin, perhaps, and make us incapable of thought. It is beyond me because I know a God, or the language of God's people, who deals in abundance. So he would have given me, as a human being, an abundant capacity to think. He would not have discriminated in more discrimination. We originate that. So he could not have discriminated because he didn't know the word. He spoke spirit language. The word discriminate wasn't in his vocabulary or in his dictionary. And I'm using all these beautiful English words because they took my language and I'm now using theirs to put them down. And I should use it well to put them in their place. They only thought. Clearly they were not. You see again, we say when you're not clear and say you don't have no brain and you're perfect. Where you think it come from. But this song speaks so wonderfully because the people didn't do that by accident. It wasn't by chance. It was a deliberate strategy. The British are coming and they say that the people have set up camp for the night. There's fires. With some level of wisdom that says, well, let us not attack in the dark. They would have been wiped out in the dark. They would have been completely wiped out. But they said, let's wait till morning. And they couldn't get up early enough. They sure them pay the cock to crow very early that morning. Because them the black whale, you know, them say we the older, but them the black one older, you see, I'm sure them to get the cock to crow extra early. So them could have get up before day morning. Because hot, filming ancestors, and as they approach, them see remnants of fire, remnants of papa. You see that now? You tell me that accident and that about come and that could be really? Really? With the abundant capacity to think, we would really entertain those thoughts? No. Our ancestors, Paul and his people, who were Sappho warriors, were brilliant strategists. We have shown that so many times, and yet they continue to ask us to prove it. A fool and fool are what? The black man is still proving himself after the many beatings and sending them home with their tails between their legs that we have done. We're still being asked to prove that we build the pyramids. And you can't just accept that and say, oh no, let's try to find out how it happened. That's why poor God, William Gordon, they get into the argument as far as them concerned. William Gordon, Paul Bogle, to pick up a thing like that by himself. How we skin black? How could he? So it have to be another kind of color, man. I'm poor William Gordon. You know, this is not the whole thing I him get him. I him then him our custom because of the church, read him out the church. Whichever one, he didn't fare well. So today, we should not hesitate to give honor and praise to our ancestors. I'm going to invite you into the song one more time. One more time. Will you please come? If you could just please come and join us up here for one more time. We're going to make a circle. On the altar, just a little while. We're not going to keep long. We're not going to keep long. We're not going to keep long. I promise. I am thankful. Yes, but this part, so the altar sentence anchors it. So we give honor and we give praise to all those who have worked, walked before us, and whose footprints we're stepping on this land we call Jamaica. We want to give honor to this land. We want to give honor to this land that holds the remains of our ancestors, to make sure that this part can stay here so the spirit can travel well. The spirit don't like baggage. Y'all know that? And so I don't know about like anger and everything else, so I don't know if you will. The spirit don't like baggage. You say you're vexed with this and I'm vexed with that, and you're not feeling good. Whether they're right or they're wrong, you know. Your spirit don't like baggage. So after you've done your journey here and your expiry date come, the earth is so kind as to allow us to leave the baggage so the spirit may travel on. You hear the people that talk about that? I tell people, you see, if you go to church, we're not in church only, but here, you not go to church because I promise you everlasting life. Everlasting life already exists. From God not have no mother, and God not have no father. Everlasting life exists. So go for another reason. Go for a good reason for yourself, you know. You don't have to go to church. You don't know your church. A church grow up. Alright? Go to church, but not go because I promise you everlasting life. You have that already, oh. You can't go for where you have already. Okay? So just have a secret between me and you. Okay? So Paul, people them, they would know a whole heap of things where they can teach us today, and that's why we give honor to our ancestors. As we stand here, it is all well and good for us to honor these ancestors because they're ours. And they go back far, 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 far. So your more immediate ancestors also walked in their footsteps. You have to get them honor for that. And so, I'm not sure everybody will want to go, but I'd like anyone who will go to talk about one ancestor. And every time somebody completes talking about their ancestor, just one, we're going to all say light and progress to his, or his or her spirit. It's like having a salute. You understand? Because we're successful in the all standing here. If you're not successful over there, no? Or you measure success. We're all standing here. We are a credit to our ancestors starting here. Whether we remain a credit now or not is up to you and the life to live. Just to be here, they've done their job. To give you the teachings that you can choose to accept or not accept. They've done their job. Who would like to be first? Who would like to go first? By talking just anyone of them. Wait, hold on. So take the mic out of my hand.
As an ancestor, this week, would like to say, yes, yes, God, yes, God. Just to see it's not forgotten. And we have confidence. Yes, yes.
You can. Okay, so why are you looking at me like that? Mhm. Oh, you have to talk with your mouth, man. Me have come forward, we don't read very fast.
My grandfather, Henry, he always said that it's nice to be nice. That's something I take with me.
What is his name?
Henry Miller.
Henry Miller. So we say, light and progress to his spirit. Light and progress to Henry Miller's spirit. Light and progress to his spirit. Would anyone else like to share?
Give thanks and praise. Blessings to Ruby Jackson, Monia Jackson, the epitome of love, understanding, quietude, and encouragement. Do better than me. Use education as your tool. Don't forget the people in the world. And don't leave no food by your plate or throw out food. There are hungry people in the world. Building up compassion and love. Thank you, Ruby. Ruby Maria Jackson.
So we say light and progress to the spirits of Ruby Maria Jackson. Light and progress to her spirit. Would anyone else like to share? You can work it hard, eh? You can't just shut up a little bit.
Greetings. My sister, my junior sister, America, she was an educator and she would always start her class like this. She would say something like this: today, students, we forget about yesterday, but we start with a new slate today. Nerica, Enrita, Williams, Bartley, up to us in the family, Mary, sleeping Paul, and beautiful sister. Progress.
I can progress to her spirit.
Okay. I got you. I got you. Oh, you thought you said, because I didn't see you, so I was just like, oh, okay. It's on. It's on now.
Oh, Eleanor Wade. Never met her, but she's an inspiration to all of us.
Eleanor Wade, light and progress to her spirit. Would anyone else like to share?
Thank you for this opportunity. All my life, I lived in fear that I was going to die with my throat being cut. And when I took my DNA, I realized that my great-great-grandfather was Pharaoh Ramsey III, who died with his throat cut. May his soul rest in peace. May he live forever after. I share.
His name again, please. Pharaoh Ramsey III. Light and progress to the spirit of Pharaoh Ramsey III. Light and progress. Light and spirit of Pharaoh. He must know. He must know. He must know. Would anyone else like to share?
My age, my age, to my grandmother, my great grandmother, Marty Cara, you see, I say, you stand strong one, you stand small one, you stand very strong, you stand steady, you and weary of him, I say, Marty Cara.
So we say light and progress to the spirit of Matthew Cow. One.
To my biological father, Charles Hamilton Davis, who granted a very peaceful existence on the earth despite being traumatized with being an indigenous African in this country. He rested guidance and peace. And may his name be venerated
Persian, Tomato, Mexico, Charles, Light and progress to the spirit of Charles Appleton Davis. If no one else would like to share, I would like to thank you all. I may, with your permission, pray that your ancestors will continue to be elevated. You might think what you have just done is very small, but when we say words of encouragement, it's like light and progress to your spirit. We have done something. And it's like a drop of anything in the water. And get that overflow, it comes out, it comes out. So in blessing your ancestor, we bless many ancestors because when you call an ancestor, we call many. In fact, Paul's people say, when we call one, we call one. I thank you today for participating, for being here with us. We're going to close out now with some drumming. Feel free to dance and celebrate. And the ancestor you just called, see if you can put some positive vibrations. When we pass and go through the door of death, we do not stop learning, we do not stop growing, because life is eternal, we have to continue living life. So let us pray that wherever they are well and living well. In the people of what is that? Of Paul's people, they call the place where their ancestors go Asamando, the place of their ancestors. That's where their spirits go once they leave this earth space. So all those who are in Asamando, we say joy, we say peace. And for all those who are on the way, we say Nantiye, walk good. We're a drummer. Oh, our drummers are here. Let's go. Okay, no, that's it. I was just reminded, and thank you. Mapal Show, if you would just listen for a minute, many of you have brought gifts for the ancestral altar. During this drumming and singing, it's a good time to pray, present your gifts. Please do not present your gifts without asking in return for a blessing. There's no one-way street in spirit world. Please, as you give, ask your ancestors to help you to attend to something that needs your attention. Do not be afraid. There's no one-way street in spirit world. So please, if you would come now and present your gifts while we're drumming and singing a little bit for you, we will really appreciate it. Okay. So, three, three. Amitimko, Dorapata, Amitimko Nereba, Amitimko, Amitimko, Dorapata, Amitimko Nereba, Amitimko, 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 Amitimko Nereba, Amitimko, 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 Dorapata, Amitimko Nereba, Amitimko, Amitimko, I'm in the cold, Arapata. I'm in the cold, Araba. I'm in the cold, yeah. I'm in the cold, Arapata. I'm in the cold, Araba. I'm in the cold, yeah. I'm in the cold, Arapata. I'm in the cold, I'm in the cold, so yeah. I'm in the cold, I'm in the cold, I'm in the cold, Araba. I'm in the cold, I'm in the cold, I'm in the cold, Arapata. I'm in the cold, Araba. I'm in the cold, yeah. Amitimko, Yo, yo. All everybody was bound to bounce. 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 Oh, everybody was bound to bounce. All 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 everybody was bound to bounce. Yes, ladies. Thank you all for being here. We have come, we have give honor and praise to our ancestors. We have praised our own spirits. We have celebrated life. This is the Akon. This is Aquasia Day. This is honoring all Akan ancestors, Kwahu, Queen Anafo, Kojo, and all the others. Not only the names you see here, but even those whose names have been lost in antiquity. We are going to be closing out with some drumming and singing. So this is your opportunity. If you haven't danced for your healing and sung for your strength and sustenance for today, do it now. We invite you. The ancestors will be here. Allow them to dance with you. Some of our people love to dance and sing. So everybody on the floor, the sun will bless you also. Agrobesi Yahweh, Agrobesi Yahweh, me who daddy, Agrobesi Yahweh, me who was a Camora Agrobesi Yahweh, me who daddy, Agrobesi Yahweh, Agrobesi Yahweh, Agrobesi Yahweh, me who daddy, Agrobesi Yahweh, me who was a Camora Agrobesi Yahweh, me who daddy, Agrobesi Yahweh, me who was a Camora Agrobesi Yahweh, Agrobesi Yahweh, Daddy, Agrobesi Yahweh. Globesi Yahweh, me was come on. Me was that year, Globesi Yahweh. Globesi Yahweh. Globesi Yahweh, me was that year, Globesi Yahweh. Me was come on, Globesi Yahweh. Me was that year, Globesi Yahweh. Me was come on, Globesi Yahweh. Globesi Yahweh. Globesi Yahweh, me was that year, Globesi Yahweh. Me was come on, Globesi Yahweh. Me was that year, Globesi Yahweh. Me was come on, Globesi Yahweh. Globesi Yahweh. Globesi Yahweh, me was that year. Me was come on. Me tear that you. Thank you all for being here. See you next year, June 23 in the morning for the Ancestor Choir Day spiritual celebration. The day continues. We take a break for lunch and we'll continue the afternoon with more and much, much more to talk about, to see, to hear. It is Ancestor Choir Victory Day celebration all day today, even if it rains. Peace and joy be with you.
My people, open your eyes and answer the call of that ready for free. Some other machine, some other machine has Maputo, Maputo, all of the brave, our nation will soon be yes, ready for free. Some other machine, some other machine has won. Mozambique, out in the world. My people, open your eyes and answer the call of that. Ready, move, ready. Samurai.